I bow to all of you. So what is yoga? Yoga is Sanskrit word. In Hindi we call yog. In Sanskrit word yoga, at least 32 different meanings. How many? 32 different meanings. The simplest meaning of yoga is union. What is the simplest meaning of the word yoga? It's union. When I came, I folded my hands like this. Two hands folding together, it is united. I am looking at you, you are looking at me, union of eyes. I am speaking, you are listening to me, union of words. The mother is holding the baby, union of the mother and the baby. So, union at every step. If my Gurudev would have been here, he would have told, do you know what is yoga? Yoga is union of two. In the same way, body and some power inside the body, which we call it as the soul, body and soul together, there is life. Swamiji, you guys do like this, do like this, do like... No. It is a very insignificant aspect of yoga. Yoga is not just body gymnastic. Sometimes I tell, do you know, look at my finger. Can you do like this? Do like this? Can you bend it like this? I have not done anything to my finger. It is my inborn gift from my mother. Yoga gives flexibility, not just flexibility of the body. The real meaning of yoga is to give flexibility, to adjust and accommodate in every situation, pleasant or painful, and to be strong and steady to be successful. So what is yoga? Yoga is union of body and the soul. It is the beginning. Union with the Almighty, the Supreme, it is the ultimate. And yoga is the art of successful living. Yoga is a science, yoga is an art, yoga is philosophy. Yoga is life. How a person is breathing, the doctor tells, because of some chemical reaction in the brain. Because of some chemical reaction in the brain. My Gurudev told, find that chemical reaction and continue it. Nobody will die. We all are alive because of breath. My Gurudev used to tell, breath is life. Breath is beauty. Breath is brain power. Breath is strength. Breath is your wealth. If you will be intelligent, it is because of breath. If you will be successful, it is because of breath. And unfortunately, in India, although we have been given with this spiritual wisdom, treasure, but we have not been taught. Kriya means activity. Again, Kriya is split into two parts, Kri and Ya. Anything you do, I am talking, you are listening. A professor is teaching, we the students are trying to learn, or we are doing some innovative work in our laboratory. Anything we do, the mother is cooking, sister is serving, I am taking food. Anything you do, Kri means activity, Ya means love and divinity. Anything you do, if you can do it with love, you will not be stressed because you are doing it with love. Study with love, reflect with love, walk with love, speak to a friend with love. Anything you do, if you can do it with love, you will get more success. So, simplest meaning of Kriya is activity with divinity, activity with love. And which brings the ultimate experience of yoga, and because of yoga we are working. Do you know, we all are human beings, we are not animals. And it is said the human beings are the best of God's creation. Why? Because of our brain and the spine. The yogis of India, they knew since time immemorial how to make this brain and spine effective, useful, productive, restful. Modern science and technology is not able to provide us that. How could they do? I said yoga psychology is thousands of years old, because they knew how to regulate the mind, how to control mind. Once Swami Vivekananda was asked, Swamiji, if you will be born again, what shall you do? Swami Vivekananda smiled and he said, if I will be born again, first I will learn how to control the mind and then everything is in my hand. You just think, in your life, in your career, in your daily activities, who is the real obstacle? Is it not the mind? However, Kriya Yoga is based on some techniques which keeps the brain, spine healthy and ultimately body, mind, intellect active and dynamic and giving us all-round development. This is what Kriya Yoga is. I'll speak a little bit on brain and spine to understand a little more. Inside this skull, some fluid we call grey matter, and that is the brain. And the same brain grey matter is flowing down inside the spinal column. This brain and the spinal column, they regulate our life. The cranial nerves, vagus nerves, sympathetic and parasympathetic nervous system, motor sensory nerves coming from the brain to the whole body through the spine and again going back through the spine to the brain. One who knows how to regulate the brain and its function, one who knows how to keep the spine healthy will make everything possible. How to make it? So now I will come back into Kriya Yoga, the technique which we do not teach in public, but I will give some ideas what it is. We all are breathing. Yes. How many times we are breathing? 24 hours. But do you know, the yogis in India, they calculated thousands of years ago. They said 21,600 times on an average. How many times we are breathing? 21,600 times on an average. And if you divide it into hours, 900 breaths per hours. If you take it a minute, then it will be 15 breaths per minute. The modern doctors also tell 15 times breath per minute. One breath, how many seconds? 4 seconds. This is on an average, but this is not healthy breath. You will say, why? If you think 2 seconds inhalation, 2 seconds exhalation, you are not really taking enough air into the body. It is shallow breathing. If you want to be really healthy, physically, mentally, intellectually, if you want to keep your brain really good, you should bring more oxygen into the body. In the body, suppose one person's weight is 50 kilos. How many kilos? 50 kilos. The brain, the weight of the brain. What is the weight of the brain, you know? 1.5 kilos maximum. 50 kilo, 1.5. So if you make 100, so what is the percentage? 3%. 3% of human body is the brain on an average. And total amount of oxygen that we take, 20% of oxygen is consumed by 3% of the body. That's why my Gurudev used to tell, oxygen is the nutrition of the brain. 97% of the body is breathing or using 80% of oxygen intake. Am I clear? When we are not breathing good, this shallow breathing, the brain doesn't get good oxygen. So the brain power, we feel dull, we feel lack of interest, we feel lazy. So to provide more oxygen into the brain, this is number one. Number two, to keep our spine flexible and in good condition. Flexible and good condition, Kriya Yoga helps. Kriya Yoga is based on some special breathing technique, not like this. Very simple. Kriya Yoga is a meditation technique. Kriya Yoga is a meditation technique. It is based on breath and regulation of breath. It is also based on concentration in the chakras. Now I tell you another technical word. Concentration in the chakras. You will tell, what is chakras? Chakras are the energy centers in the body. 2 energy centers inside the brain, 5 energy centers inside the spine. So Kriya Yoga meditation technique is based on breath, concentration in the chakras. These 5 chakras in the spine, they regulate our activities. So Kriya Yoga meditation technique, which is based on some breathing technique, energizing the 7 chakras, takes us into a state of real calmness, real blissful state, and one who practices it will get the result. Kriya Yoga meditation technique, minimum 15-20 minutes one can practice, begin practicing. One can increase it, but Kriya Yoga meditation technique has 2 aspects. One is the techniques, the other is following the technique. So it is a 24 hours practice. Kriya Yoga meditation is 20 minutes but 24 hours. You will say, how? It sounds contradictory. Yes, 20 minutes you follow some techniques, but 24 hours you maintain it. Am I clear? My Gurudev used to say, you take your car, fill fuel into the car for a couple of minutes, but drive hours after hours. So 20 minutes practice of Kriya, if you have less time, even 10 minutes, if you have more time, half an hour, but 24 hours you can maintain it. This is what Kriya Yoga meditation is. Kriya Yoga meditation technique is non-sectarian. It has no religious dogma. It is the beauty of India's culture, and especially Kriya Yoga technique. We have Christians, Muslims, Buddhists, Jews, Parsis, and so on. We have people of different faiths. If one is a Christian, will be better Christian. If one is a Hindu, will be better Hindu. So it is universal method of meditation. You will ask, how to learn this meditation technique? To learn this meditation technique, just like if I want to study in IIT, whether Kanpur or in Mumbai or Delhi or Kharagpur, I have to qualify, I have to take admission. So the Kriya Yoga meditation technique is like that. You should be initiated. Initiation of Kriya Yoga technique, in which the chakras are purified, and in Kriya Yoga meditation we experience, or each meditator experiences 3 things. One is to listen to sound of silence, to experience light within, and to feel the vibration of pranic energy, pulsation in the body, and go deep into meditation. During initiation, all these 3 they try to experience, and then one is to practice. One can practice at home. One can sit on one's own bed and practice. It has not too many do's and don'ts. Or don't do this, don't do this. Just practice it. It will come to you. We don't impose. This should be your food. This should be your nothing. Just practice this technique. Anybody following any spiritual path, following his own guru, own way, can also learn and practice Kriya Yoga. Kriya Yoga has no competition. It is a complement to everybody. My Gurudev used to say, as is your breath, so is your mind. As is your breath, so is your life. I will give a simple example. When one is angry, how is the breath? Breath is fast. When one is restless, how is the breath? When one has fear, how is breath? Fast. When one has tension, how is breath? Fast. So now reverse. When one is relaxed, how is breath? When one is sleeping, how is breath? On an average 15 breaths per minute. In anger, in passion, the breath goes to the peak. 32 to 40 times per minute. When one is sleeping, it slows down to 12 times per minute. if one can consciously regulate breath, meaning one breath 4 seconds can make 10 seconds, 15 seconds, 20 seconds, 30 seconds gradually. No need to hold like this. Making your breath, I am telling this simple technique, you can practice it. My Gurudev used to say, breath control is self-control. Breath mastery is self-mastery. Regulate your breath. You will regulate your life. Your life will be more enjoyable, beautiful. And in Kriya Yoga meditation, as I told you, you provide more oxygen to the brain. Brain power will increase, memory will increase.